Hey, what's going on? It's your boy CJ Wilson with DoakTalk, your host, here to bring you another episode of House Divided with my dog Larion. What's good, bro? How you doing?
Chilling, man. Ready to wrap this season up, man. It's been a good one so far. Ups and downs, mostly ups though on this side of the yard. Good time. I still have my frustrations, but yeah, man. It's everything's everything, man. How about yourself, bro?
Pretty good, dog. Took my daughter to see, I forgot the movie Wicked yesterday. It was actually
Okay.
pretty good, man. Of course, it was a musical, and there was a lot of corny shit involved in it, but just overall, though, man, it was a pretty solid little movie, man. I like to put that together. But nah,
I
this
catch,
game ready for a decent
I catch it on
Thanksgiving.
Max. I catch it when it whenever
Yeah,
it come on
give me
Max.
that. So the shit was like, this shit blew me. So I'm looking at I'm grabbing the tickets and all that type of deal. Purchased them shit. So I'm like, all right, let me check and see, the run time and all that. Shit said 2 hours and 4. I'm like, whoa,
Ooh.
right. It's a movie. So crazy. That was just part one as well, too.
Oh man.
Right. But it's dope how they kind of put the story together as far as Oz being the wizard being a fate, uh, and how they pretty much painted the wicked witch to be a wicked damn witch.
Right.
It's crazy, dog. Like,
And
they're
so it's like what you call it, is it Enchanted?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much the enchanted.
Yeah, where they flipped it like, nah, here go my side of the story.
Yeah, motherfucker. It ain't like that. You feel me? You got to hear both sides.
That's crazy. I'm gonna check it out for sure. It's definitely one of the ones I catch.
Check it out, man. So
I,
pretty much they wanted her to do certain thing with the damn animals, and once she realized what was going on, she's like, "No, I'm not really with that. That's some bullshit, y'all torturing these motherfuckers." Oh, this bitch is wicked. She's this, she's that.
Flying monkeys.
Right. Flying monkeys, bro.
Y'all wilding.
So not to give you too much, bro. So pretty much the wizard wanted her to create the damn flying monkeys with a damn spell. And
Yeah.
when she did that, she was like, "Hold up, man! This shit is actually hurting these monkeys. It ain't." I said, "Nah,
Yeah.
fuck that. These damn flying monkeys. You feel me? Like I don't care about nothing else." And once she kind of butted against that, bro, they flipped the whole script on her, dog.
Sound about right. Media manipulation, man.
Yeah, bro, that's literally what it was. This shit was crazy. Motherfuckers got on the PA system. It was over.
That's crazy. I gotta check it out, man. For
Yeah, and
sure.
she was already green, I guess, for some birth defect. So people already looked at her sideways from this being. So she was naturally green.
Yeah.
So they looked at her sideways from being green as it is, man. It was an easy villain story.
No doubt.
All right,
No
but let's jump
doubt.
into it. So last week, Florida State and Miami had a game. You guys played Wake Forest. We played Charleston Southern. Thank God. Uh, had some good times, man, Saturday. But I'll let you go ahead and start it off, and I'll jump into it and get my takes off of Saturday. Then we'll talk about this upcoming week.
No doubt. Yeah, Wake Forest, man. Opportunity for us to try to right some wrongs, get this thing, tightened up towards the end of the season. I can tell you right now, we didn't get a chance to put it together last week. But if you would have asked me, when we did score predictions, I would have gave you something close to 45 to 28. Um, just being honest, based on just the defense and what has been, down once we got in ACC play. Um, and I had to give it to them. They actually showed up. They scored 14 total, but one was a busted play, which was kind of par for the course. A lot we've been seeing miscommunication, where you had actually a kid we was recruiting at one time, Michael Mays, snuck out behind the
Micah,
defense.
receiver.
Yeah, and he ended up catching just a wide open play for a touchdown. And that was the only touchdown they surrendered, though. The other one came off of a kick return, special teams play. So that was their total 14 points for the game. And the defense, they buckled down, man. They really buckled down in the third and fourth, and really kind of put the grapples on them guys, man. They didn't let them run the ball. They just didn't have a lot of passing efficiency. We switched some things up that maybe you'll see, this week coming up. And if hopefully if we get into the playoffs, we were just talking about this, with this bias they got going on. Miami ain't got a lot of wiggle room.
Nah, y'all lose
You
this
know,
week. It's over.
yeah, like it'd be right because I saw some people teasing Fran Brown saying he didn't understand what it took to be ranked, and
That's
with
yeah.
his team being 8-3, I was
Houston
like,
what
it's
9-3,
simple.
right?
Yeah, they 8-3.
8-3.
Yeah,
So
it's real simple. The narrative has to be that the conference is super weak. therefore, nothing can really be gained for Syracuse unless they pull this off, and Miami can't really gain nothing.
Even for Syracuse, if they beat y'all, like they ain't gonna be no rank higher than 18ish or some bullshit. 20.
They probably gonna give them 24. Yeah, so that they could totally justify, that the SEC and the Big Ten are head and shoulders above everybody else, and not to go on down a tangent or whatever, but I will say that the SEC is the best conference. That does not mean that they are somehow unbeatable. This is not and even the times where these SEC teams were these world breakers, it was still only one or two, and then a lot of hanger ons. Like, this ain't, you look around the SEC this year, every single team, even their top teams, are very flawed and very much beatable. It's just not that narrative anymore. But we all know, it's money involved and big money in play. So they're gonna push their product a little bit more, and that's the bigger draw. And the sad part is, instead of them trying to see what they could do to push the underdog story, because it's all in their hands, try to create the narratives more. They just taking the easy way out and trying to just bolster all the SEC schools and the Big Ten schools. And shout out to Big Ten. They've had a pretty good year. The Cream, rose to the top in general, and they've had a good year. I can't take a lot from them, but the SEC has definitely been a whole lot of, meh, some good and a lot of bad, right? But back to us. It was just a game where, we made a few changes up front. Tyler Barron, who, I didn't call by name when we recorded before, but in my personal opinion, watching him, he's playing a lot of hero ball, wanting his sacks, and selling out strictly for that, and not playing within the system and the structure, and causing us to get burnt a lot. There was a play early on where it was absolutely his fault, because he was supposed to set the edge, and he decides to dive inside on the 3rd and 11. And the running back runs right by where he should have been. So he didn't get a lot of snaps this last game. We rotated a little bit, put Mesidor on the outside. Anthony Moulton is finally kind of playing into his size, so he got a lot more snaps on the interior. And I think it did make a difference just in how we looked up front, just making that little shuffle. We let Maui Noah kind of crash down a little bit more. Instead of him being left out there on the island where he was just getting, picked apart. So it was enough adjustments to give you some faith in what could possibly happen. Now, Syracuse is going to be a different team. Obviously, they can air the ball a lot better than Wake Forest can. But they will still look to run, though. They got kind of one of those big bruising backs. So it won't. I won't necessarily expect the same results, but it was some encouragement from the defensive side. And then on the offensive side, they did their thing. They ran the ball well. Cam made, he made one of them kind of wacky throws, trying to do a little shovel pitch inside, and the Royal wasn't quite ready for it. But other than that, he played a pretty solid game, started off nice and clean, took more to check down stuff, the underneath things, and let his playmakers make plays. So good game by him overall. Good game by the O-line. It's what you want to see against a Wake Forest opponent. It's the kind of games we wish we'd have saw against your Dukes, your Georgia Techs, who we obviously end up taking the L to. Not that those teams that have anything to bring to the table, any talent, but I felt like we got more out coached in a lot of those situations. And I think this game that wasn't allowed, which is encouraging, because Clawson's a good coach. So I know he can get a lot out of that talent. So yeah, all in all, man, you as a Canes fan, I don't think you were really upset about that performance. All in all.
Yeah, I mean, it's Wake Forest got to get the win to get up out of there. I feel like that should have been a win for you guys. It was more so this week was the concern for me, because what those guys can do on offense, what Fran has done, and just playing on the road in the Carrier Dome. So I know that shit's gonna be last home game. Then they got a chance, have 9 wins on the season. Pretty damn good season from Syracuse.
Yeah, it's gonna be, and it's We the draw. They're gonna come out. Syracuse don't
Yeah,
have big draws, but
that crowd is gonna be a big event in Syracuse for sure.
yeah, you'll see some Canes out there. There's a lot of up north Canes, but yeah, it'll be their building.
Boy, Kwame shot in New York.
Kwame going? I'll let Kwame see if he going.
I know he's from
Right
New
down
York.
south. Yeah, I know he's from up there. I don't think he stayed up there no more though.
Nah, I think he. I think he's in the DC area, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I believe so. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
Hey, y'all boys, man. Y'all boys started off 0-0.
yeah, man. So we ended up playing Charleston Southern, man, 41-7, big win against Powerhouse in Charleston Southern. But some of the takeaways, of course, I wasn't looking at much from the game. Also, just the younger guys and how they played, and especially Luke. That's what I was really focused on. And Luke had a pretty good game. He was 13 for 20, 209 yards, 3 touchdowns passing, and about 31 rushing. And of course, like I said, it's Charleston Southern. You factor it in, but as a quarterback, it's not really about the damn opponent. It's about like the throws they're making, that type of deal. And he made some pretty high level throws, man. Fit some tight window throws. Hakeem Williams had 2 catches in some tight windows. Landon Thomas, the other true freshman, threaded the needle across the middle for him. He made his rolling to a right and had a 71-yard touchdown to Ja'Kai Douglas, hit him in stride. It was a rope of a throw, showed the potential, the blue chip stuff. The stuff I was kind of excited about with him coming out, just the raw talent and athleticism. Now, of course, all that still has to be honed and put together, but you saw the tools you could build on with Luke. Now, granted, like I said, Charleston Southern is a different beast as far as Florida defensive line wise. So he had a lot more time in the pocket. I think he will have against Florida, so he was able to get comfortable a little bit. But even then, with being in the better, cleaner pocket, he still got out of there too damn quick. Not just from kids that's got PTSD, still a little young and things like that. He didn't have to move around and run out of pocket at certain points. But again, I get it though, because you've been doing that shit all damn season since you've been, behind damn center for FSU. Other younger guys, and that's crazy. We played Charleston Southern, and there was still a few guys on the offensive line that just flat out struggled, man. Like it's crazy. Some of those guys, like I said on my live a few days ago, we talk about the lost decade and all that shit, and I fucking take the lost decade in a minute. Them motherfuckers going 8-4, 9-3, 10-2, playing for ACC championships. The only issue with the fucking lost decade really was they just couldn't beat Miami, and those was the best damn talented teams, the best talent Miami's had, period, in my opinion. Them, those early 2000 years and this, that, and third. But even some of the in the Jimbo years and maybe even some Willie Taggart, like I don't think some of these guys will start on the offensive line, man. It's just crazy how bad. And also as guys has been started multiple years too, so haven't really brought in guys to supplant them and things like that. And this is the best we have to put out as far as a product. And this FSU is kind of damning. But it's a couple young guys I'm excited for moving forward. BJ Gibson, receiver, got like a couple catches, played punt return as well too. He was a 4-star kid out of Georgia. This is his first game in action, so I'm 100% sure FSU plan was to redshirt him this year. But he's a guy that could have been a punt returner for FSU this year and probably been pretty damn effective. Luann McCord, of course, is a guy I'm excited for. Elijah Moore ended up taking the red shirt. Makai Dance, the all-world 4-star running back who was from Tallahassee, Florida, who was an all-world track athlete. He had a catch for like 40 yards. If Luke actually leads him, Makai walks in for a touchdown. So you got the all-world track speed in him. I think he could be something. Landon Thomas and Amari Williams are 2 true freshman tight end guys. So offensively, you got some young guys you could build with from a skill position standpoint. Offensive line, that shit needs some fucking work. Absolutely. But then Cam Davis and Sam Singleton, a couple running backs. We even got Jake Weinberg, who was the number 1 kicker in the country last year, true freshman as well. He got his first action as FSU gets ready to move on past Ryan Fitzgerald. He was 1 for 1 for field goals, so like 25 yards, and he had a kickoff that was through the end zone for a touchback. So should be a seamless transition next year. I'm not gonna say seamless. He'll probably have some growing pains early on, but he's going to be a guy that shouldn't be an issue replacing Ryan Fitzpatrick in the long run.
Yeah, y'all kicker you. I won't fight with you about that one.
Some kickers that'll make some players get to the league, baby.
I had a lot of great kickers come through that, come run through them locker rooms, man. I gotta give you
motherfuckers that miss a bunch of Well, then we had kickers that that done played us over the years as well too. Wide
But they
rights
was
and
the shit. That was the thing. That's what made it even crazier during those times. Is that
like
these kickers
was
is supposed to
guaranteed.
be easy money. Yeah, it was like what the hell. I'll never forget Bobby Face running
Oh,
on that
what
shit.
the
Like
fuck?
what
Dog run
the
down like what the fuck? I thought it was good.
Hey, he was so bamboozled, bro.
Right. But dog face was left and right like this shit real.
Yeah. And
But yeah,
fuck that shit, man.
defensively,
They slighted my boy, man. They didn't even make him a finalist, man. That's bullshit.
yeah, I saw that. His numbers was pretty damn solid too. What really blew me. It's just crazy how fucking good and how good Miami offense been, how trash FSU offense been. It was like the extra points was like 50 something extra fucking points or some shit. It's just fucking crazy, bitch. We had like 13 or 15 extra points. Bitch, I was so pissed off seeing that shit. What the fuck? But I do get it though. Y'all kicker has been pretty damn good. And he's been consistent the last few years too.
Yeah.
Y'all been getting snubbed in these rewards. I don't think QB1 is really up.
Psych! That's the wrong number.
I don't think QB1 has been. I don't think he got snubbed for the Maxwell and some other stuff as well.
Yeah, I think it was just the Maxwell. Yeah, most of the other one, Davey O'Brien's.
Yeah, Davey. But
One
now
of
just
them
defensively, they don't really have too much to say. Defense gave up 7 points. That was pretty much a mop up duty. I do think we gave up a little bit too much through the air. 218 yards, but he was 22 of 32. Was 4 for 12 on third downs, which is good, but the majority of the third downs we gave up was third and longs, right? It was a 30 and 18, 30 and 8, so some of the same type of stuff. A few young guys that played, but other than that, I don't really got too much to say about the damn defense. They did pretty solid. We go ahead. I do got some, well, not really, I ain't got no coaching news really, but more so, all the signs point to the go-go offense coming to Tallahassee. Brennan Marion is the likely OC. The only hiccup that could happen is if he gets hired as a head coach of some of these G5 schools. He is interviewing for a few of them. That'll probably be the only hiccup is if he gets a head coaching job at a G5 school. But other than that, it's been word that recruits have been told that it's going to be Marion, that type of deal. So they feel confident the deal would get done. But it's not done until the ink hits. And I do know he is actually interviewing for some head coaching positions. So if he doesn't get a head coaching job, look for Brendan Marion to be the next offensive coordinator at FSU.
That's bro from
UNLV.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. I like dude, yeah.
Yeah, if you remember back to when we was our roll-up days, it was talks about Dugas getting fired, and he was one of the guys that I was mentioning. He was the Pittsburgh receiving coach at that time.
That's right.
Coach Jordan Addison, and ended up leaving Pittsburgh and going to Texas with Sark. And got some coaching time with Xavier Worthy. But yeah, it's coaching ties. Well, ties to Mike Norvell. He spoke highly of Mike Norvell as probably being one of the most influential guys in his coaching career. But he played for Mike at Tulsa. Mike was on staff at Tulsa. He was a receiver there. And Mike was the offensive coordinator at Arizona State. He was off the field for Arizona State. So the relationship was there. Pretty innovative offense. And it's crazy. He first came onto the scene. He was the OC at Howard University, right? He was the OC at Howard University, which is pretty damn dope in my opinion. I got love for the HBCUs.
For sure.
So Newton was the quarterback. Remember Cam Newton's brother? He was the quarterback at Howard at that time.
Yeah.
And, had Kalen, some of his best production at Howard. It was really high-powered offense. But it's ironic and kind of poetic because one of their signature wins at Howard during that time was a 43-40 win over UNLV. He currently coaches that now, right?
That's how he got hired. I say, man, we need that guy.
Yeah, that guy tore our ass up, man.
That's what's up.
So yeah, it's looking like it's going to be him. We'll see how it plays out, but we'll probably see it in the next week or so. But again, the only hiccup, in my opinion, on that is if he gets hired as a head coach within one of these schools.
Yeah, good one. I like dude. Like I said, good recruiter. I remember him at Pitt being troublesome. Young dude. I saw like some of the class. I saw that clip that was going around where he was telling like somebody on his team, "Shut the fuck up." Just shut the fuck up. I was like, I like this guy.
Right? Yeah,
I like him. He should.
Don't worry, he'll be hired.
He should be able to get in them living rooms. With these younger guys, be able to relate, tap in a little better. So yeah,
exactly. That's the main
all around a better move.
That's the main damn thing as far as my as far as the biggest need for FSU, get some fucking guys that can recruit. Get some bitches that can bring some dogs in, and that's gonna be relentless on the trail and not just recruit here and there and kind of be lazy on the trail. Nowadays, you got to bed these motherfuckers. And then of course you got to finish it off with the cherry on top with some money. But nowadays, that shit is just relentless recruiting year round. Give me a motherfucker that's go do that and can bring some guys in, and then shit, you can flip shit. And this is a guy as well that he's very innovative on offense. I feel like once Kenny Dillingham left, Mike Norvell lost the only person who could really, have innovative conversations as far as concepts in the pass game and things like that, just to kind of game plan and be more sophisticated moving forward. Alex Atkins is an offensive line guy. He just not really his trait as far as, that type of deal. So you bring in a guy who can bounce ideas off of Mike and, put those offensive minds together. I think that'd be better. But if you can bring in recruiters and developers within one shit, you can fix the shit, man. I promise you can. But it's not going to be easy. You just got to find those guys. I think Brendan Marion will be a step in the right direction as far as finding those type of guys.
No doubt.
All right, let's jump into this week's slate of games, man. We got some big ones for sure. We'll start off with the Syracuse and Miami game and go from there. This is a huge game for Miami. I like Syracuse, man. Like, as far as what they could bring to the table, they're a pretty solid team. I think the Stanford loss is a pretty bad loss, but overall, those guys have been pretty solid this year and have, pretty explosive offensive accord. But let's speak about the Syracuse game and what's your takeaway from it going in?
Well, it goes to our point about I always say this, and I've never been a big proponent of this. When it's time to conference play, everything's tough, man. Stanford's a bad team, so you gotta be ready. So there's really no excuse, but it is a conference game at this point. These guys gonna give you everything they got regardless, and these are Division I players. So bad loss, but at the end of the day, you are what your record says you are, right? If you're 8-3, you're doing something right. You're figuring out ways to win. And this has been a season where, man, winning is paramount. Like, we got pretty big upsets every single week. So the bottom line is get in, get your W, and try to get the hell out of it. So it's a young staff over there. Fran was a great recruiter. He's done a pretty good job. Everything considering, you at Syracuse, you obviously not going to get 5-star recruits. So at that point, your job is to recognize some of the more diamonds in the rough and develop them. And I think, early on, I think he's already doing a good job there, man. They got a competitive product. This ain't no gimme, like you said. It's not going to just be we walk in, take the W, and just worry about the ACC title game. They got some big receivers.
Rondé Gass and a few others, just some big body guys.
Yeah, they're not necessarily really fast on the outside, but there is some size there. So that's definitely worrisome. McCord is actually, he might even have a few more yards than Cam, but he's up
there right now. Yeah, he's leading.
But he's airing it out regardless, right? So either way we're looking at it, he's up in that close to 4,000 range. So, obviously he can toss the ball around. And I mean, he was an Ohio State guy. The marriage didn't quite work out there. But they usually do a fairly good job there outside of Tate Martell with talent evaluation. So usually it's something there typically. It don't quite work out. Joe Burrow didn't work out there either. And sometimes you just come out better on the other side. So we're gonna be facing a hell of a quarterback. They got a big bruising running back. He don't have quite, again, it's not a super fast Syracuse team.
Allen, yeah, I like LeQuint. We played him last year. He was a guy that stood out to me as well.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a tougher Syracuse team than what you may kind of characterize them. If you looked at like the past, I think you would kind of expect a little more flair and flash. I think this team is going to be a little bit more rough and rugged, and we're going to have to try to play a little keep away from them as well. Teams try to do that to us. I think that was Georgia Tech's biggest key to victory against us was keeping the ball away from us. I think that's going to be key for us in this game. They're not good against the run, so there's an opportunity for us to exploit that. They're actually pretty porous against the run, and we're one of the better teams in the nation running the football. I think it's like us, Ohio State, maybe Ole Miss, something like that. We up in that top 3, top 5 group. So I would hope that we get out there and play actually a little ball control. I'd like to see Cam play it a little bit more like he did this last week. Look for some more of the check downs. let's be a little more slow and steady. We want to try to keep the ball out of their hands. Be honest with you. I think they can run a slow grind type of offense that'll just be meticulous. I don't think they're necessarily, going to just light us up with a bunch of cues. Yeah, I think it would be more just working their way, controlling the clock, and trying to keep us off the field. When you're playing one of the top offenses, everybody knows simple strategy: keep them off the field. And I think this offense is capable of that. So we're gonna have to do our very best, I think, to help bottle up the run against a bruising back. We're gonna have to do a good job there. And then, limit the big plays in the secondary. We're still banged up back there. There's a chance, Mario's so cryptic, who the hell knows? There's a chance Damari Brown could be back this game. He did warm up last week against Wake. And kind of the early reports was he would probably be out until around now. And if we made it to the ACC title game. So hopefully he can get back. But he's still probably gonna be limited. You would like to have him out there though, because he's a big corner. He's in that 6'1", 6'2" frame. So you'd like to have that to match up with some of these guys on the outside, and try to cause them a little more fits there. And hopefully we can apply some pressure up front to him, McCord, and get some pressure to him. I think we pull this one off. But I think it's going to be a little bit lower than some people may be anticipating. I got this game a little bit closer to kind of a 38-24 victory in my head. If they play it the way I would try to play it if I'm them. So we'll see how that all pans out.
Yeah, give me my my Charlotte hate train going. Motherfuckers been clowning me all clowning me all season with my
I don't know who they booked with, CJ. You can cancel reservation, people. I don't know.
I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, y'all listen, y'all lost money, motherfucker. No, bitch, you can cancel that reservation until the day before that motherfucker, bro.
Exactly, bro. Who y'all booked?
Hey, bro, if y'all paying for damn hotels months in advance, bro, y'all should be. Y'all deserve it. But yeah, I ain't lose on money, people. Just in case y'all was wondering, I did not lose on damn money. I still got that bitch in the chamber because I told you if Clemson win, well, if you guys lose, rather, I may still end up going to check out Clemson. But yeah, man, give me Q's. I'm on my hating shit. Give me Q's 34-31. I think it'd be close. Scoring on both sides.
I can see that. That's disgusting.
I really can too. Seriously,
I can see it.
Your score. So if you guys win, it'll be something along those lines where you cover the spread, win by 10+ points. If Q's win, it's gonna be pretty much the same type of game we've been seeing all season, so to speak, with them coming on top in a 3-point or so game. So yeah, I feel like it's if one win, if you guys win, to be a blow, or not necessarily a blowout, but it'd be you guys get comfortable down the stretch. And if they win, it should be a barn burner that could go any damn way. So give me 34-31, and I'm gonna start getting my hating on as far as y'all motherfuckers not going to Charlotte either. And we'll do it like that. And it's crazy because you talk about all these 3 damn lost teams. So, and I'm a Miami damn hater, but if you guys lose against Cuse and you have these bunch of these 3 lost SEC teams that's kind of in the chamber that makes the playoffs or whatever, I would be upset as a Miami Hurricane fan and kind of state my case, especially when some of those teams, have some really bad losses and not really impressive wins.
Stop the cap.
You're right, bro. Stop the cap. I'd be happy as fuck. I'd be happy.
How's it feel, motherfucker? I already know the vibe. Welcome to the outside.
I do think Cuse is a funny damn matchup because them boys could really score damn points, and like I said, you guys struggle in the secondary, and them bitches air that shit out like a lot. Yeah. It'll be probably one of the most interesting games on rivalry weekend, in my opinion.
Could be. Absolutely.
A lot of rivalry games for sure. A lot of these rivalry games really have. Well, I guess Clemson, South Carolina is going to be another pretty good one, but other than that, that's going to be a damn good one, actually. But other than that, though, it's not really that much bang within these rivalry games. And speaking of rivalry games, which up until the Florida and Florida State game, spoke with my guy Graham Hall from Swamp 247 this morning. They're going to be dropping that interview, I think, tomorrow morning, and he kind of gave some insight on Florida. But what it comes down to, man, I really don't think their defense line has been playing hella great football as of late. Big guys up front, physical as fuck, and I really think our offensive line's gonna get their ass handed to them playing these guys. That's gonna be the deciding factor in this game. If this offensive line can pinch Florida a little bit, give Luke a little bit of time, make a little bit of breathing room in the run game, I do think FSU can do something. Like defensively, I don't really see we got to stop the run first because Florida's really big on running the football. They got 3 really damn good running backs in Jaden Barr, Jacoby Jackson, and Montrell Johnson. But if FSU comes to play defensively, I think we could. I'm not really scared of Florida offensively to like Miami, for instance. And even with Miami, we still did good defensively, but just couldn't hold up often because of the offense. I feel like it'd be somewhat the same in regards to the game defense doing their job, but just too much shit to kind of bend as far as taking up for the offense as well too. So the offense can get certain things going if Luke can build on last week. Now this shit is going to be a lot different. Bullets going to be flying a lot faster. Coverage going to be a lot tighter. And of course, I already told you, I don't think you're going to have any time up front. But if he can process things, and I think he already showed he's a good enough athlete, to play on this level, that type of deal. But if he could process some things and make some type of plays downfield or whatnot, Florida State can have a chance. But other than that, I really don't. I think it'll be more so a 27-13 game for FSU. We get a touchdown and 2 damn field goals. And that's if we put out the same offense we've been seeing all week. But it hinges on the offensive line play. And I really think that's the biggest damn mismatch is Florida's defensive line versus Florida at the center position and the right tackle position.
Yeah. I'm not going to hate. Well, actually, I'm going to hate, but not on Florida State. That's always out of the rivalry. That's always been like, bruh. So we get into it, we throw hands, but at the end of the day, we still family. I don't like them other people at all. So I'm gonna take. I think it could be a real ugly game because I agree with all your points. I don't think that offense is very explosive. Yes, Lagway has some ability and he can pull a rabbit out the hat. True indeed, but I still think y'all got a damn good defense, all things considered. Like you said, they bottled us up fairly well. I can't take it away from him, and I think he can match up in the secondary well. So, you still got you may not be getting the numbers as far as sacks and stuff go up front, but I think the defensive line is stout enough. I still think NFL guys up there. I think we might see a real.
I agree with you, man. Daryl Jackson is quietly having a pretty damn good year.
Yeah.
Josh Foreman's been pretty solid as well. Now it's not to the lines where preseason best defensive line in the country, all that type of deal. Right. But those 2 guys have been quietly had now. Josh, Peyton. Yeah, that's a different damn story. But those 2 defensive tackles have been pretty damn solid.
Yeah, I anticipate both of those boys going to lead. Something happened with Jackson where he'll probably fall later, but he's gonna get his shot. Leonard Taylor got his shot, and he's we talked first round about him, and there's a lot of fall off in production. And he's doing fairly well. Now he's in the league. So I can see a situation where Daryl Jackson probably goes 6th round, something like that, and get his opportunity. Because, that kind of size is still rare. And like you said, he's playing better.
Crazy combine and stuff. So I can see that, and he end up sticking to a team and get coached up, develop a little bit longer. Because at the same damn time, and he really, even though he's an older guy, so to speak, he really hasn't played a lot of football.
Right.
He lost that year last year due to the transfer.
Right. So I think we can see a real ugly game. 16 to 10, man. This is where your kicker gonna win the Groza. He gonna nail some major kicks. It's gonna be one.
This motherfucker can't miss, bro.
Yeah, y'all sneak one by the goalie, and then it's just gonna be I think a real defensive, ugly grudge match. Florida State really, leave a stain on them boys because they feeling themselves a lot right now. So
I've never seen a 6-5 team caught so fucking much.
It's greasy. Like, what are y'all talking about?
Bro, 6-5, and these bitches are. Oh my gosh! And then they feel like they're just eating everything and recruiting. Now, granted, they've been taking FSU right. They've been doing their thing against the FSU. But listen, bitch, FSU is 2-9, 2-10, whatever the damn record is. 2-9. No offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, no receiver coach, and Mike already been weak on the trail as it is. Like, bro, you ain't doing moving
And they
them.
flipping G5 shit. Let's keep it real. Like they talking about,
Cincinnati,
oh, y'all
like
had
that.
3 stars. I said our 3
Hey,
stars had different
Cincinnati
offers,
stuff,
brother.
they going crazy.
The offers were a little different, brother. Let's keep it a bean now. There you go, moving that old goalpost. Put it back where it was.
I get it, bro. These are the same people that was just firing this dude 2-3 weeks ago. Now they doing
he
all
had to
kinds of
go.
apology
Had to
letters.
go. And I was the one advocating that it was silly to fire him. I was like, don't make sense. You gotta hold on. But y'all ready to get him out of here. So yeah, I hope they win. I can't stand y'all.
Shout out to Billy though, man. 6 wins, 5 wins, and got 6 wins right now. And these motherfuckers throwing parades.
Oh yeah, it's up for him, man. All right, let's look at the national scene a little bit, man. Let me see what we got. Forgot to pull up the games. There we go. Yeah, we only got 4, like you say, this week because it really wasn't a great slate. So we'll start with Vanderbilt is hosting Tennessee. You know, Vanderbilt done had a few upsets this year. They actually only 11-point dogs on this one. Tennessee coming into town. Who you like there?
Yeah, give me Tennessee. I think Tennessee whoop up on Vandy pretty damn good and get moving. But then again, you see Vanderbilt do win this game. It's gonna be some more SEC narrative bullshit.
Man, listen,
crazy.
And
every
for
week
that reason, I'm taking Vandy on the upset because I just want to hear the shit. Like I just got to hear all this bullshit in the air.
It's gonna be. If we thought last year was crazy with us being out, it's gonna be crazy as hell. Now you felt like it'd be more damn clarity now, right? But it's definitely gonna be crazy.
I knew it though. I didn't think we would have so many 3-loss teams. I thought we would have more undefeated teams, but that was my whole point. Either way, everybody gonna have a beef. Yeah. Like I thought you was gonna have way more undefeated or 1-loss teams, but you was gonna hear a lot of, oh, well, we deserve because of this, that, and the other. Instead, you got the SEC teams losing 3 games, and everybody saying, yeah, well, it's real tough over there. Well, I mean, who fucking who? It wasn't. Bama wasn't losing 3 games when they won it all.
Imagine when it was like FSU, Miami, and Florida, as everybody knew was the best fucking teams in the country, right? Right. Then you have FSU and Florida or FSU and Miami take each other damn out, and we down the stretch with 1 damn loss and shit like that, and we fucking arguing with shit. If we play goddamn LSU over here, we'll be goddamn favorite. Like, so it should be Florida State and Miami again or some shit. Like, so it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, LSU is overrated, y'all. Hate to break it to you.
They were the 2 best teams in the country, but that shit ain't matter because one team, they had to play each other. The games had to
play each other, right? And then that made a difference. Now it's an excuse, and to make it fair, they gonna keep all them in. So I'm gonna take Vandy on the upset just because I want to hear some more stories and excuses. And then we got another one. Auburn is against Alabama. Iron Bowl. Always a pretty good one. Usually a pretty good one, no matter record. So I give them that. They kind of remind me of Florida State, Miami in the sense that one team could kind of be heads and shoulders better, but for some reason that game tends to be fairly tight. But they got Bama right now as 11.5 point favorites in that one.
Yeah, give me Bama. I saw a tweet from I think it was a Bama fan or some shit like that. He was saying about this version of the Iron Bowl, there was no SEC championship, no playoff, no national championship implications, just pure hate, just the way God intended. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna go with Bama though, man.
I would disagree though, because Bama need this win.
Oh, they do, because they could be in that 3-loss conversation, right?
Yeah, they need this win. I want Auburn.
And they got Bama. Auburn. Bama at 2, right? Number 13.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Auburn to win because I want to hear the story for 8-4 Alabama when it happens.
This will be a case.
Man, listen, because think about this too for Auburn, that makes them bowl eligible. So this is a real big game for them too. So
so it does. Yeah, it is implications on both sides.
It's a very big game. Yeah, actually, this is a very big game. Beyond old fashioned hate, this means a lot to these teams. Both teams involved. And then all right, we got South Carolina on the road this year going to face Clemson. That's number 15 versus 12. So it's one of the closest ones. Clemson is 2.5 point favorite.
Game, man.
It's not. Well, who they doing?
That's a good damn question. I think is it a Texas A&M game?
Texas A&M. Okay.
This is the first time in a while, but you got a top 15.
Yeah, this game usually not that interesting. In the last few years, yeah, the Palmetto Bowl hasn't been that interesting in the last few
No,
years.
I have.
So for it to be this, I think this is a better time to bring this game. Yeah, game day
I
will be a great.
think that was kind of pissed. Well, not that was kind of pissed off. I think ESPN approached those teams pretty much what we did last year. No, not last year. 2022. 2 years ago, we had that Florida State game on Black Friday for the night game. They pretty much want to do the same thing for this game, but Dabo said, "Nah, we want to stick with Saturday." And Dabo was a traditional type of guy, and that's probably he said that's probably one of the reasons why they didn't get game day. But 12 o'clock is filthy for that time slot.
Okay. Who we got?
Yeah, give me South. I mean, not hell no, I'm tripping. Give me Clemson. I can't go against it. I can't go against the family. Give me Clemson.
Can't. Yeah, I need Clemson to take that L. Man, that's a close game. 2.5 points too. So Vegas think it's close too.
Dog fight, man. It's gonna be a real.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be one to watch, man. Give me Clemson. I don't think they quite done yet, and I think that's kind of been the narrative a little bit, and because they lost 2 games, so like that's down for Clemson in the current standard, standard for that program. But I think this will be a kind of bounce back game for Dabo, so he can kind of get back on that trail and do what he's been doing, and re-solidify his position. So as much as I can't stand him, give me Clemson to go ahead and pull that one off. My girl actually a little, partial Carolina fan too. So,
really?
Damn all that. She a Cane now.
No, that's it. That's right, exactly. She a Cane for sure. But no, that should be real, man. As far as that rivalry, that's
real. That's like a class war. It definitely feels like people think like the Clemson fans kind of more snooty and
yeah.
So it's a little bit of that in there too. That's a fun rivalry, man. All right, we got one
I
last
didn't realize that until he went up and played and went to Clemson, but that shit is huge, bro. That shit is.
Well, that's what they got. They don't got no pro teams.
It's just 2 damn teams, South Carolina and Clemson. That's literally it.
That's it. All right, last game on the slate. We got Texas. Is going to College Station. They are number 3, and A&M is number 20. Texas is favored by 5 in that one.
Man, give me Big Elko, man. Fuck it, dog. Give me Big Elko. They gonna come through. It's gonna be a crazy ruckus environment in College Station the first time in a multitude of years. Texas really hasn't had that win, right? Who have they beaten? So this is going to be a big test for Texas in regards to resume, because if they lose this game, even though they're going to try to find a way to keep them in, but they really shouldn't be in if they lose this damn game, because they'll be out of the SEC championship, and also they who the fuck, they haven't beaten anybody.
They'll have the same issue that Miami has, right? What's your resume?
Right.
Resume is not
Who
that
said
tough.
something? Oh, bitch, you cooking?
Exactly. It's the same resume as mine. If you take off the damn conference logos, it's the same damn team.
Right, you would be saying the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, but give me A&M, man. I like Big Elko, man.
I'm with you.
Gonna be humping.
I'm with you. I'm gonna go A&M. I like Elko. I think like I said, I'm a fan of his style of coaching. I think they pull off the upset. College Station is a real tough place to play. It's been a while since these guys got to line it up, and they can ruin their season. So I like A&M to mess things up for them too, man. All right, so we got it all pan out, man. Real quick, we'll do Animal of the Week, man, before we get out of here.
Yes, sir. All right, I'll
start. We'll kick it off.
Yeah. So my animal of the week is the flamingo. It's the Bahamas national bird. So this is some flamingo facts, man. Colonies, they could be up in colonies of like 1,000 flamingos. There's 6 different species of flamingo. They can be aggressive too, man. Like they'll peck and come at your ass if they feel threatened or whatnot. Of course, they're pink or mostly pink, and that's due to their food supply. So the pinker the flamingo, the more healthier he is, and the more eating good he is. So speaking, obviously, we eating good.
Yeah.
You see the flamingo, the motherfucker eating good, right?
I noticed that at the zoo. I went to the zoo the other week. I said, yo, these flamingos ain't that pink, huh?
Yeah.
What they eating on around you?
Right. Talk to them, to the people, see what's going on, man. What y'all feeding these
coastal shrimp. They ain't getting none of them pink joints out of
Right,
Africa.
they ain't getting the pink joints, man. They ain't getting the real ones. They getting Walmart bag shrimp. Come on, man.
Yeah, they got that kind of color to them too. Now that I think about it, that little
Yeah,
grayish kind of
yeah. Come on, man.
light
Feed them
brownish.
boys right, baby. Take care of flamingo.
Man,
But yeah, flamingos, they have one of the longest lifespans for a bird. They can live up to 40 to 70 years. A lot of people, yes, which was crazy to me because it's not like I guess they don't really have any natural type of predators, but they're not they're not predators themselves that kind of fend off certain things. But they can fly. A lot of people ask, can they fly? They can fly to 40 miles per hour, which was kind of surprising to me as well. Mostly, of course, warm climates. So even when you see flamingo, like bush gardens, for instance, they have a big flamingo pit, and sometimes that shit is empty because those birds flock because it gets a little chilly in Tampa at certain times. So those birds can flock during the winter, the warmer climates, and then come back during the spring when it's more warmer back in Tampa. Yeah, the flamingo, man, interesting bird.
no doubt, no doubt. I got another one, man, that lived quite a long time. They self Galapagos turtle, man. A lot of people think that, and this was news to me as well, that the islands are, the turtles named after the islands. It's actually the other way around. The islands are named after the turtles. Galapagos is like an old Spanish word that pretty much translated into like saddle. So they used to actually ride these things. These are pretty huge animals. They used to very heavily populate the island, like over 250,000. Now they down to like 17,000. But they got hunted a lot for meat and oil. But some interesting things about them, man. They can live up to 150 years old. So this is you could like, if you could keep them as a pet, they're not really pets, but you could pass them along to another generation, man. They still hang around. Like I said, they used riding them like kind of like a sport was like a popular activity back in the day when they first discovered them. And like some other reptiles, man, they can actually go.
Imagine how slow you was going on that ride. That's crazy as hell.
Right, yeah. I'm like, what the hell? With a whole man on them.
Right.
They can get up to about the males can get up to about 500 pounds. The females about half that size. So they get up to about 250, but that's still pretty big. And either way, you put another person on. I'm like, what the hell is y'all doing? Like, you
you're
can't
not moving
race.
anywhere.
Yeah, you just like a slow stroll, I imagine. But
Onward, Florida.
one thing about them, man, is some other reptiles, they can actually go a year without food and without water. They have this incredible dexterity. They studied them, man, and because they had this one that was pretty famous, lived in the zoo, and basically their DNA sets them up to fight off a lot of disease and cancers and things of that nature. That's why they can have such an extended lifespan. So, they don't hibernate. They're like animals of habit, creatures of habit. They do the same exact stuff all the time. They never really switch it up. And they communicate through body language, man. So when they beefing, like that picture you kind of see right there, that would be the posture that they have when it's an issue with another turtle. They just kind of stick their neck out, glare at each other, and be like, all right, and you heard what I said. Like that's, no hands is thrown. So I thought it was pretty cool, man. And when we was at the zoo, it's what made me think of them too. You can kind of tickle them through their shell, man. It's like she was rubbing their like ribs, like round with the bottom and the top meat. It was rubbing their ribs, man. The jokers was like standing up, like they was being tickled or something. It was really cool. It was a cool little experience. It's like they say if you tap that, it's like knocking the top of their shells, like knocking the top of our head. So I was like, oh, okay. So it's I didn't know it had that many nerve endings and all in it like that. So that was another interesting thing. Yeah, that's it, man.
That's real interesting. Shout out to one of the goats.
Yes, sir. Hanging out.
Right. All right, guys. That's another episode of House Divided in regards to this last week rivalry. We'll tap back in. We'll do another one now for if Miami win for championship. We can kind of keep going and talk about that and go from there. But make sure you guys hit this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you for joining.
Peace.